your right. There you go.
I knew that. Wait, like a real YouTuber. Hi, and welcome to a special edition of Reels on Wheels. As you can see, this is not Justin in the driver's seat. That's Justin back there. This is Rob on Wheels. Rob is a very good friend of ours. He's also a very huge cinephile. So we often talk about having him on this show. So I gotta tell you, this is a dream come true, Rob. Thank you so much for being here.
It's my first guest appearance on any show.
We are in San Diego, by the way.
Yeah,
thought
West
we should
Coast
share
edition.
that.
West Coast style.
West Coast style.
That's right. Went to a tiki bar last night, and we got drunk, and then we were gonna do it last night, but we're like, no, we should save it for the morning. So impromptu watch of Solo today. Chewie, what am I?
You're like a porg.
I'm a porg.
Oh no.
Oh, you can be Lando. Like.
Oh, I should be Lando.
You're Lando. You're wearing the Lando pin.
Yeah.
You guys are more of the Star Wars fans. I mean, I'm a casual Star Wars watcher. So, what are your expectations for Solo?
I've got none. I got no expectations. Like,
nice.
This is literally the first Star Wars film that I kind of had no desire to see. Like Phantom Menace came out, and I was like, I gotta see Phantom Menace.
Okay.
And I was
we were all there. You're in good company.
Like that lasted into Revenge of the Sith because I was still Revenge of the Sith came out, and I was like, well, this one will be the good one, you know, and they'll get it. This is the Darth Vader one.
They're just shaking out the cobwebs.
Exactly.
You know.
I have really low expectations, which might work out really well. I'm excited for certain aspects, like Donald Glover. Super stoked on that.
Mm-hmm.
And that's it.
And
the Millennium Falcon.
That's a really great. You know what? I think that's where a lot of fans are coming from. I think it didn't help that the production was riddled with a lot of drama, which that's a little unfortunate about movies being made these days. There's a lot of. We can see behind the curtains a lot. There's a lot of reports on production of movies, and a lot of times that has an effect on the reception. Right now, you know, Solo, that's no exception for a Star Wars movie.
Exactly.
So when they switched directors to even one of the most venerated directors of all time, Ron Howard, there was still a lot of hesitation about whether or not this film would do well.
They're like, that was weird that was their go-to.
Yeah.
They're like, we'll have Ron Howard clean it up.
Which I felt good about, but also nervous because I love Ron Howard so much, and I really didn't want to see him fail.
If you want like a totally competent director, you know, Disney's like, we want to make the movie this way. Yeah. Ron Howard's your guy. Okay. He's gonna follow kind of to the T. He'll put a little bit of his flourishes in style, but really, and this is not, like, I love Ron Howard movies, but like his style is literally competency. Like, he's a competent director. He can tell a good story, but he doesn't have like a whole lot. You don't think about the style of Ron Howard very often.
He's not an insane auteur, eccentric, and that's not why producers are backing him. They know that he will take a film to completion.
Yeah, he's like the Richie Cunningham of directors.
You know what? He is. I kind of relate with your expectations here. I wasn't like, oh my god, we have to see it right now. Not like The Force Awakens, The Last Jedi, but
here we are 3 days after it came out.
After 9 a.m.
Hold it in.
Same. I watched a couple interviews this morning because usually, you know, I take the tabula rasa approach with movies. I don't want to hear anything about it.
But I think it's hard not to hear anything about this movie because it's one of these spin-offs and the production was riddled with all kinds of drama. So it was hard to avoid that kind of stuff.
I had my own personal drama because I saw Baby Driver, and I had convinced myself during the showing of Baby Driver that Ansel Elgort was going to be Han Solo. And I got super excited because I'm like, oh, it's going to be so perfect. And then I realized immediately after watching that no, it's not. It's what's his name?
It's Alden Ehrenreich. Alden Ehrenreich.
I wanted to say Roland Emmerich, but it's not. But I mean, like, it's, you know, Independence Day, 20,000 BC, something like that. You know, he has the chops to bring to the character, but
he's got a lot of weight lot like on his shoulders.
He does.
And he knows that, and I think that's another reason why this movie has so much pressure, because so many people are like, it's not Harrison, he doesn't look correct, like, which, you know, that's, come on guys, you know that they don't want to pick an actor who looks and sounds like him, but that exude the essence of that character.
Yeah.
And I think he will.
Deep cut. Did you guys see Age of Adeline by any chance?
Yeah.
So they had a kid in that who was
looks
playing.
Exactly like young Harrison.
He looked like him. He sounded like him. What he I
was just like, I don't think I've seen that. Is that with Blake Lively?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
It was legit good.
Nice.
Really
I have a differing opinion of that movie.
But is Harrison grumpy in that one too?
Yeah.
He's Harrison in it.
Okay.
Yeah.
What are your expectations for as a casual Star Wars fan?
I'm lukewarm. I was gonna ask your opinion on this, Rob, because my feeling is like, do we need this movie?
I think that's what I was worried about too, even as a fan.
Yeah,
like, no
so
one
my
was really
expectations are kind of like, I'll go see it because, you know, I love big budget blockbuster space adventures.
Yeah.
So that's where I'm at, is that I don't mind seeing it. I'm not ready to be blown away, but then again, I didn't think we needed a movie about the plans to steal the Death Star, and I thought that was really good.
Yeah, no, that's true.
Yeah.
And to your question, no, I do not think that we need this.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
I will have to agree. I don't think we need it, but I'm ready to love it.
All right.
We don't need it, but we're gonna get it.
Yeah.
And maybe we'll love it.
Hi, we are back from watching Solo, a Star Wars movie, or Star Wars story.
Star Wars story.
Yeah.
And movie.
And movie.
It's a movie as well.
Mm-hmm.
Right off the bat, what did you all think?
I think the best way I could describe it is like, I was surprised that it feels like it's set up for a sequel, and like that we're gonna live in this universe longer.
Yeah.
Despite like the fact that this movie didn't do a lot for me, I'm all in on the sequel. Like I'm gonna go watch that to see what else happens.
Okay.
Okay.
So you still have you have positive feelings enough to keep on going.
Yeah, for sure. Because like everybody did like a really admirable job. Alden, Roland Emmerich, he was super awesome. Like I was like, oh wow, he got it. He got Han Solo. He did a really good job. Donald Glover was really awesome. Chewie was really awesome. And I don't care about anyone else. Like those are. I mean, that's who we're going to see in the movie,
point,
right?
Yeah.
And they were super awesome, and I want to see him play those characters again. And like I was all in on that. Like they did an awesome job. Like
you said that it didn't do much for you though.
No.
Okay.
No, it felt like it was checking boxes, and like that there was like these really heavy emotional parts, like where like we as the audience were supposed to be be like really into it, and like they didn't even give us a chance to do it. Like it felt chopped up, it felt like they were like, nope, this is where this part starts and this part ends, and like
it did feel like there were different writers.
For sure. The woke droid, I think, is all we really got out of
the woke droid.
Miller and Lord. I think once they introduced Lando and that whole Sabat where they're playing the card game, Baccarat or whatever. Like I felt like that was Lord and Miller, and then everything else was rewrites.
This is what the script needs to do. This is what we need for the story. Ron Howard. And he was like, cool, I can do that. Yeah. We'll have to cut out all of this humor and nuance and fun. That was just it. Like anytime there was something that could have been funnier or could have been a bit more emotional, it was just so dry.
Oh, interesting.
What did you think?
Yeah, what do you think?
I might have to play the total opposite here. I'm totally sold. I was in love with it after being a little bit hesitant with going in, but also optimistic and ready to love it. I was all in. I was in love with the characters. Really? I was finding those Easter egg moments, the callbacks, and I was just already like those emotional hits. I was all in, like instant tears during those moments, and the relationship between Alden and Emilia Clarke, who plays Kira. They were just so real, and it was heartbreaking because you could see this is young love, and you know it's not gonna go well. And so the themes were so strong for me. The themes of family and tribe.
Okay.
And the fact that the beautiful irony that for Han Solo to become Solo, he needed his tribe.
Right.
So I love those themes, you know. You guys had problems with the writing and the plot?
Yes.
And, okay.
So here's my thoughts.
Okay.
I was bored. I liked all the stuff with the Falcon. The dialogue was very bad. There was a lot of expositional stuff that rolled off the tongue, forced and awkward.
Okay.
The only time I was interested, and like, I mean, this may be because I love the Donald Glover so much, but when Lando showed up, he had so much charm, and I felt like he wasn't reading lines. And when you're saying how you really liked Alden as Han Solo, I liked him in parts. There are moments where I felt like he was Han Solo, and especially when he did the finger stuff, like finger pointing, and I was like, cool. And then there were other times where I'm like, he's not good.
Oh no!
Oh no!
Really?
Yeah.
During what specifically?
Like when we get to the part where it's like 3 years later.
After leaving Corellia.
Yeah, all that stuff I didn't care. Like I was really bored.
There were like key moments where characters just totally became exposition machines.
Yeah,
like the whole like first 10 minutes they were just like, and now we're gonna go do this and this is why, because we are this and this and this, and like, and that happened a couple of times when they were doing the Kessel Run, which like, were they doing the Kessel? Like it got super confusing. It was like out of the blue.
What was the run?
Out of the blue they were like, nobody's done that. That takes 20 seconds to do it, and it's like, here we go. And then it's like, and now there are space monsters and like, and it was all a really fun thing, but I thought like at the end they were gonna be like, and here it goes,
and here's the run.
Yeah, that was it though. They were I thought they were very clear about what the run was, because to get out of there they had a very limited time.
Right.
That's the run.
But it sounds like other people have tried it, and you know, and didn't succeed. And like there was no point of reference where it's like, I tried the Kessel Run and I didn't do that well. But when he like went into this weird like space vacuum and there was like a Cthulhu monster, I was like, is this still the Kessel Run? I don't get it. Like I was confused.
I did like the Cthulhu monster. Yeah. And I did like, I mean, like, and that's the thing, like when they got out, that was actually what I grabbed onto as the emotional beat, because when like they beat the odds and that whole thing, like that was like a really celebratory moment of the film. And like it cut sharp into like the desert.
I was a little disturbed by that cut, because you're used to the woo.
Like there was a really good character beat that like we could have gotten everybody's reaction. We could have gotten more from Woody Harrelson. We could have gotten more from Lando. All in that like 10 seconds.
And it didn't have to be 10 seconds.
Yeah,
It could have been like a good 3 seconds of panning once to everybody's face, or cutting once to everybody's face. And then we're landing in the desert.
Yeah, I think it was really well made. I think it was a fun watch. Like I said, all in on all the characters, like much more than I even thought I would be. There was something very by the numbers about it, you know? Like I knew it was going to be supposed to be an origin story, but like I didn't I didn't realize it was an origin story setting up for a longer story. So that's actually surprised me, and that made me more into the movie. Although like I'm way confused on the timeline.
Yes, me too. They are setting up for like a weird Solo trilogy, I think.
Yeah, it feels that way.
And you know, this is a spoiler-filled review, even though we didn't give spoilers, because I feel like we know these characters in a way. But the one big spoiler is, cool, Darth Maul.
Right, yeah.
That was weird. Was that really Darth Maul?
Yeah, he had robotic legs and everything. So he's alive.
Oh, I didn't even see the robotic legs. That helps me. Okay, that totally helps me with the timeline, because I was like, well, like how old is he supposed to, we know Chewbacca's 190, but like I thought like Han in the original trilogy like was in his 20s maybe. This is supposed to be teen Han, which I guess is kind of confusing too, or early 20s Han. But then if it was before Phantom Menace,
they were like non-committal
no, it's
with
not
the
before.
age, because they call him a young man, and they never really say his age.
They're tying it to the prequels in a way, but Darth Maul, this is like an aged Darth Maul, so you're getting that Obi-Wan Kenobi movie. Because you know Ewan McGregor's got to sign on so he can kill the Darth Maul that's in this Solo trilogy, and then it sets up Episode 4. Well,
Yeah.
first then you have Rogue One, and then Episode 4. So
Right.
they are building a
Which we got a
series.
Connecting them all.
little Rogue One touch there. I don't know if you saw
Oh, weird.
one of Saul Guerrera's guys was
Oh.
part of the little rebellion that started up, and that was another character beat that I thought we as the audience were supposed to be like, what? When the pirate took off her helmet and we find out it's this young girl, that's clearly what they were trying to go for in the story, and it didn't hit me that way. It was like so I took it off and I was like, okay.
I was like, are we supposed to know that person? Is this like tying into like all the cartoon shows? Like, what is it? And then when Darth Maul showed up, I was like, okay, I feel like this is a nod to the people who are super nerds about Star Wars, and I think people are not surprised that Darth Maul's in it because it ties into like the Rebels cartoon or something. And so when Darth Maul was revealed, I mean, I looked at you and I was like, what?
No, that came as a total surprise. I wouldn't be surprised if like Crimson Guard got built into the canon in like some of the books
Unless
or something
they
like
already are, and we need to be watching these cartoons.
I watched all the Rebels, and this had nothing to do.
Oh, okay, good. I'm glad.
And Darth Maul was a big part of Rebels, and he had legs.
They were really all about that dice.
Yeah,
the whole
the
first 10
heavily
minutes,
into that. Like, we get it in the first minute. Like,
dice.
we get it. You know, like,
the
oh,
dice.
great. And then they really kept.
They really did lean into it, and then actually, and quite frankly, with no payoff. Because she hands him the dice back, and then we never see it again.
He didn't hang it up.
He didn't hang it. He should have hung it up.
Yeah, there we go. There's the payoff.
Lord and Miller didn't get a screenwriting credit, so they must have hacked away at their screenplay.
I really feel like they did.
Producer
because Lando's sex bot. Like, can we talk about
he was
that?
that robot.
Yeah.
He wanted a robot hard. I love it. I love that.
He says he already did it.
Yeah.
But that was heartbreaking to me. He had genuine feelings for as cool as he was acting.
Yeah.
In that moment when he's out there with the blaster, he sees her get exploded, and he had real feelings.
Yeah.
As cool as he was, and my heart broke for him.
Because when they introduced that droid, I'll be honest that for a minute I was like, I don't know about I wasn't sold on that, and then like it took literally seconds before I'm like, nope. They played this right. It's great. Really working. I mean, quite frankly, she kind of had to die. Sorry, spoilers.
She becomes part of the Falcon, which I thought was so beautiful. Suddenly, whenever they refer to her, the Millennium Falcon as her, it becomes a little. It becomes a little deeper now, and it
What's
really
Lando
is.
doing to that shit?
It was such an iconic moment when they're both out there with their blasters shooting side by side. I just took a mental photo. I'm like, that's beautiful, because you do see in Empire that they have a history, and what is their history? And this is, you're thinking, this is it.
I'm glad that there was so much attention paid to Lando's capes. I thought
oh my
that
gosh!
was really good.
That pivotal moment when they're all gonna die in 2 seconds, and then Kieran's putting out the fire with his capes. My cape!
It's
custom.
It's custom.
So many capes.
We'll talk about Chewie for a minute. Because like Chewie's awesome. His introduction turned out really awesome. The fight and all of that. It was like a combination of the two of like they get all the characters right, but like the weird character beats, like when he's talking to him and he's like, Chewbacca, you're gonna need a nickname. I'm not saying that. And it's like, he could have just called him Chewie. Like, we didn't need him to say that.
It was like grown worthy to me.
Okay. It didn't bother me too.
And then like with Beckett saying stuff, Han is learning from this person, right?
His father
so he's like, I gotta shoot like this.
Yeah,
because that's how Han's gonna shoot later, and I'm like, okay.
You know what's kind of funny though? That I think I didn't even really consider that when I was watching that, and that was I thought that was more nuanced when he's like, you got to teach me that, but that's where it felt like more natural. Like he sees him doing that, you got to teach me that, not like the Kessel Run. Nobody's done that in less than 20 parsecs, and it's like we all know, it's really, right? Like,
for me that hurt me.
Oh no, really?
Oh no.
You couldn't take joy in the characters and the fact that they are laying the history of Han, and he picks up all his skills and his life outlook from this father figure. It's the Kessel Run thing that's bothering you?
The thing that bothered me is that a lot of the dialogue in planting the seeds for who this character is going to be felt very forced. In a way, like how Force Awakens was kind of like, Be like, hey, remember this from A New Hope? Like, that's the stuff that bothered me. Sort of let the movie off its leash, like when they did all the Falcon stuff. Introduction of Lando and L3, like, I felt that's where I found the most joy in the movie. Everything else was so by the book and kind of boring to me, and it's like, hey, the dice. Got it. Right. Hey, the dice again. I got it.
I won't even touch on your Force Awakens comment. We'll just leave that out of this conversation. Like, yeah, exactly.
That's the tough thing about a franchise. You do have to color within the lines and create this big picture.
Especially Star Wars.
I think, yes, especially Star Wars.
So we have recently learned.
Yes. And I think that Ron Howard did an admirable job, and I was enjoying those Easter eggs. And laying the characters, and when he and Kira first try to escape from the Corellian camp, and he does that twist with the speeder, and then it's okay, that's what he does with the Millennium Falcon later. Those callbacks. Yeah. I was enjoying the callbacks.
That's cool. Favorite part of the movie?
Oh, wow.
We'll do this.
Okay.
And then your overall assessment. You give it a reels or a wheels.
Okay. Cool. All right.
Can we talk about the villain, Paul Bettany?
Oh, Vision?
Yeah,
Vision.
Yeah.
He leans over. Is that Vision?
Yeah. He didn't get beat up as much in this movie as he did in New Adventure.
Like,
spoilers.
He was not a damsel in distress.
He was the Scarface of the Star Wars universe, literally.
Yeah, and that's I started by saying Han, Chewie, Lando. I cared about him so much, and then the rest, and like he fell into the rest. Like, he was a decent enough villain. I kind of liked his swagger. He fit into the universe really well.
He was scary.
He was
like, when he was on screen, I'm like, oh.
He definitely had that, the right elements to being this gangster villain. I feel like we could have taken out other parts of the movies, even some of those winks and nods, and put in more of like his relationship with Kira, for example. Like, we know she apparently did awful things. I want to know more about that right now. Yeah. This movie's going to end. I feel like we're going to learn about all of that. To get back to your question, like, Paul Bettany was cool. He was a great bad guy. I felt like I needed to know more about him.
Okay. You felt
Yeah.
I felt like it was okay that we didn't know about him, because honestly, he was a great character, but I didn't really care too much about him. Like, I had a feeling he was a pawn, a part of a bigger picture. Like Kira says, we all serve someone.
Yeah, which we do find out.
We do find out.
Ray Park.
Was that? Did he reprise?
It was him,
okay.
Oh, was it really?
It was really him.
Yeah. Favorite parts?
Yes.
I think really the whole heist on the Spice Planet thing, like that whole thing and how it played out, that really, we got to see all of the characters really shine. Yeah. That and both card games. I was all in on the card games. Just because, like, you got some really cool creature design, you got some great character
Fantastic
beats.
Creatures.
And they were fun moments of a movie that should have had more fun moments.
Yeah.
Like, everything was just, they were trying to get to the point of the story so much that we lost a little bit of the humor, I think. I think there could have been a little bit more opportunity for humor, but all of that, like, total reels. I'm watching this movie. Like, I enjoyed it. I'll watch it again. I won't like search it out, but like I won't turn it off.
Your favorite parts?
My favorite parts, I think, to me, are the themes. The themes were really great of love and freedom, slavery, that struggle to want to prove yourself. The themes to me were just so strong. Fatherhood, parenthood. I like that we got a little bit of a hint of who Han's dad was. A little bit of a hint. I love that he used to build Corellia's. The ships. That was kind of a cool little wink. Like, oh, my dad used to build these, and oh man, do we get to hear more? And no, we don't. But that's okay. they had the Kessel Run to do.
They had that,
they had that thing,
So to me, it was the themes. Han's relationship with Chewie and how they become fast friends, and I was worried that we wouldn't believe that they would become friends.
Yeah,
so
no, that worked really well.
That origin story with them was so great, and we really get to see how loyal Chewie is, and how loyal Wookiees are in general, because when he frees the Wookiees, you could see that they're already family, the theme of family and your tribe.
That chemistry works really. The character chemistry works really, really well in this.
That's what's so strong. I mean, despite your issues with the plot or any dialogue, dialogue, I think this movie comes out as a strong reels for me, just solely on character alone.
good.
Like,
Nice.
they can keep tapping this keg for many, 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 many times, many movies, and that's okay as long as you get these characters doing it. And,
if they do it right?
Yeah, if they do it right.
Nice.
Maybe it's just really tough though when you talk about writing and editing, and it can get all really heavy and heady. But if we somehow come out enjoying it, which I did so immensely, then I'm okay with all that.
My two favorite parts.
Okay.
And this is the first part is when Lando was doing his autobiography.
Yeah.
And recording.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
That was hilarious.
Yeah.
And then the other part that I like, which was the very few times where like the dialogue and stuff and like the hints, the nods didn't make me groan, was because it was an action and it was Han shooting first.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I actually.
did shoot
man, I
that moment.
was going to groan very out loud. I was waiting for Woody Harrelson to be like, "Always shoot first," and like, no.
Yeah. So the fact that because it was alluding to the fact that that's what he was gonna say. Like, here's one more lesson, kid.
Yeah.
And the fact that he shot first.
Yes.
And killed his mentor.
Yes. Thank you for bringing that up.
That sort of added a notch of like that part was cool. Like, so those were my two favorite moments, and they were character moments.
Yeah.
Not a whole lot of dialogue was being spoken. I mean, it was just the way Lando was talking to himself and being like, you know,
Being
like
Lando.
Yeah, being Lando, and then the moment of Han just being like, okay, this is who I am now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, that stuff was cool to me.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
For sure.
That being said, I give it a wheels because I feel like this is a movie that I would watch on Netflix, and then I would fast forward to the parts that I want to see, and then I would also have it on in the background, not really paying attention, because there's a lot of stuff. Like, I go
Right? Is this when the disclaimer rolls that you're not a Star Wars fan? Like,
no, but you brought up stuff that I like. I think it had some of the best creature design and character design I've ever seen in a Star Wars movie. And I'm a fan of concept art. I love it.
Yeah.
When it was all put together and like when it's all said and done, base movies on like how much I would watch them and like how much I would go back to it, and like this is one I probably wouldn't go back to. I would go back to the scenes that I like I would skip forward to like, oh, there's this part that I really enjoyed, but like sitting through the whole thing again, maybe if I was doing something else.
It's
like
when I went to the hefty runtime.
Yeah, because when I went to the bathroom, because I felt like I wasn't gonna miss anything, and like I feel like I didn't.
Which we were saying, a lot of people got up. There was a lot of bathroom breaks through this movie. Like, I don't know if it was just our theater. It was early and lots of coffee, but like
lots
lots of people. Lots of people were up.
So that's my take.
Wheels?
I give it a wheels.
You know what else you gave it wheels? Baywatch.
Yeah.
You would put this in the same category as Baywatch.
Well, yeah, I've never seen Baywatch
Ouch.
again.
Ouch.
So,
Wow.
I mean, if you think about our rating system, like it leaves no room for gray areas, and there's a lot of cool stuff in there in the movie, but not enough for me to push it over the top. It's like a Netflix movie to me. Like, I would have rather stay home than watched it.
Okay.
Thank you for getting my ticket, Rob.
And driving.
And driving, and B for
and
B.
hosting
I did not buy.
Yeah.
I did not buy my way into this Reels on Wheels.
But
no,
this
that's
is
fair.
what this show is, and I love that we can all still be friends even after that assessment.
Yeah, you know, I'm great.
Nonsense?
I'm gonna have to work through some things. I think.
We can text later.
Yeah, exactly.
From the same couch.
Yeah,
Like in
we've,
the same
we've had lengthy texts.
Yeah,
on Star
Langdon
Wars and
Olger
stuff.
was awesome in it.
Yeah, I just want to thank you for being on the show.
Oh, hey,
Yeah.
thank
This
you
was
guys.
super
This was
fun.
fun.
Sure.
Yeah.
Like-
I always wanted to see a movie with you and just sort of pick
Yeah.
It's
your
weird
brain.
that we haven't.
It
is
very
really weird. Like,
that
we talk about
haven't.
movies all the time, and this is and we were waiting for Solo.
I feel
Yeah.
like this was a good one to see.
It really
Yeah,
was. I
for
really
sure.
enjoyed myself with the both of you guys. This is
Aw.
just really great. Like,
Yeah,
this was fun.
I'm having the best time. I could just go back home to Chicago right now. and
Okay.
But we won't.
Yeah.
Moving along.
No.
So for Reels on Wheels, I am Justin.
Irene and
I'm Rob.
Bye.
bye. Thanks for watching. Subscribe, notifications. You know the drill.
Click there.
Yeah, somewhere.
Down below.
Click somewhere.
Oh, and if you have seen Solo, please comment down below. Let us know your thoughts. We love you, Justin. Bye. mean, welcome. This is better than somebody holding it, so this is already working a lot better than I.
My face.
You're gonna have so much fun editing this, man.
I know.
House.
House.
So,